On this Q&A, I talk about turning people into overachievers, burnout, how to get back in the game, and why I have a black eye.
You supply the Q's and we bring the A's. It's the Form and Function Q&A show.
Thank you for tuning in again to episode 9. Whether this is your first or your 9th video, it really means a lot that you're hanging out with me. So, before we get into the questions, the reason I have a black eye is there was this fire the other day in Chicago and I ran in to save this baby from this burning building, and that didn't happen. I wish I had a cool story, but last episode I mentioned that I like to go to the gym in the mornings, play a little bit of basketball. This morning I went and played, caught an elbow. It's just what happens sometimes. So, figured why not document having a black eye so that I can remember it forever. Let's get into the question.
Mike's question is, how do you go about speaking to a barber stylist who isn't cutting up to par as everyone else? How would you turn a content hair professional into an overachiever?
Mike, this is a solid question, and I think that it's probably something that a lot of owners and managers maybe struggle with a little bit, because we talked about goal setting recently, and I talked about how I set goals for people in our salon. And it's sometimes hard when you feel like those are out of alignment. But the thing to remember is that everybody's motivated by different things. Some people want to make more money. Some people want more time off. Some people want a vacation. Some people would like to have the ability to advance within the company and maybe become an educator or a partner or something like that. So I think that the first place to start with an individual like this is finding out what motivates them. Now, if nothing motivates them, that's going to be a problem. But because we are all motivated by different things and have different desires, maybe they want to own a home, maybe they want to buy a new car. I think that especially with the beginning of the new year coming up, this is a great time for you to be able to sit down with this person and really hone in with them on what it is that they are shooting for, right? And then when you do your one-on-ones, when you do reviews with them, bring it up, right? How much closer to buying that car are you? How much closer to that vacation budget are you, right? And continue to use that as the motivation for them to move forward. Because honestly, other than that, if they're not motivated, they're not motivated. When I was in high school, I was not an A+ student. I did what I needed to do because I was motivated to play basketball for our team, right? So I knew the grades that I needed to do in order to stay on the team and be able to continue to play. But I wasn't going to do above that because I wasn't motivated by school. I wasn't interested in it. So you got to sit down with this individual and you got to find out what is their target, what are their goals. If they don't have goals or their goals aren't really aligned with what you think the salon and the company are looking for, maybe it's just not the best fit for them. But I would say find their motivation and push them towards achieving that.
Madison's question is, for someone trying to get back in the business, what's the best way to do so and stay motivated?
Madison, thank you for this question. This is really good because I think that there are a number of people that probably find themselves in the same position. The biggest thing to me is continuing to try. You got to continue to do it. And I know that it becomes very hard when you feel like you're getting a lot of resistance. When you're getting people that are saying, no, we don't have availability, we don't have any opportunities, we're not hiring right now. But you gotta keep knocking on doors, and you just gotta keep pushing forward. It's gotta be one of the toughest things, because when you're hit with so many no's, it really feels like no one's gonna say yes, but there's a place for everybody, right? And I know, just because I know who you are, you're in the Chicago area, and that's certainly a market that I believe in. And so it seems to me that there is an opportunity here, you just need to find it. And that being said, the first opportunity, or all opportunities, are not necessarily the one that you want, right? But it doesn't have to be for a lifetime. Just because you work at one place for a year, 5 years, whatever, that doesn't mean that you have to be there forever. And so sometimes you gotta take the opportunities, not because they're your dream job, but because they might be able to lead to what it is you're hoping to achieve afterwards. You get what I'm saying? So I would say just keep trying, have your standards, but remember that it doesn't have to be forever. So you can always move on when you get to that point.
Ray's question is, how do you deal with burnout and what do you do to help prevent it?
Ray, I really appreciate this question. And what's cool for other viewers and listeners, Ray is actually a client of mine. So it's nice to have questions coming from people that aren't even in the salon industry. So how do I deal with burnout? I think that the ultimate answer is making sure that you're taking time for yourself. Now, some people need more time than others. If I'm stressed out about a situation, I can pull out my phone and I can play a game. The one I'm on right now is 2 Dots. That's the name of the game that I'm on. You give me 5 minutes, let me clear my mind, play this game, focus on the puzzle, I'm back in it. I also love Sundays because right now with football season going on, Sundays I just hang out all day with my friends. We trash talk about fantasy football. I'm the best. And you know, that helps me reset my mind then for the week coming up. I love work, but I don't think that there's anybody that could really do 24/7 all the time without being able to take the time for themselves. Now, if you're hustling, that might mean that you're going to be coming in and finding the time on the opposite ends. Gym in the mornings or staying up to watch a movie at night, whatever the case may be. But you gotta find the time or make the time in order to do what it is that you need to in order to kind of center yourself. Because if you get tipped in any one way, I think that that's when burnout starts to happen. Another one is, if you're in a sales position, is setting up different goals. You know, so for this month, here's our goal to do this much. Where we're going to focus on, you know, our blonde category, or we're going to talk to everybody about this new conditioning treatment that we might have in the salon. So that really helps me, give me a new focus and renews it, because a lot of times in the salon it can be a little monotonous going through similar conversations every 45 minutes with new guests, and so I like having new goals to switch things up. So that was episode 9, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out. I've got a bit of a prize for you next episode, episode 10. So hang in there, stick with me. And as always, you can hit me up at Benjamin J on Twitter. I would appreciate that. And don't forget about our upcoming class email on January 11th in Chicago. It's going to be awesome. So hope you can make it. See you next time.